0424. Granite Express. Quality stone. Unbeatable prices. For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And the Cayman Islands National Museum. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990. 949-8037 or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is For the Record.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. Today is Friday, the 28th day of February 2025, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. I want to first alert you that the format of the show this morning will be slightly different. First of all, I'll remind you that the birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. And by Yum. Daily school lunch menus are available to browse on the Yum website. Just visit yumcayman.ky for more information. So, folks, the entire show this morning from 7:30 until 10 o'clock is paid for by our guests in the studio. We will sort of have a revolving door. They will have their some of their candidates in the studio for various segments. Hopefully, some of the segments will be half an hour, some maybe a little bit longer. Hopefully, they will be able to take calls. If not, I would encourage you to send your WhatsApp, send messages in via WhatsApp, and I will be able to share them with our guests. It is a paid slot, a paid show, so our guests will basically have priority. They will determine the direction of the show. It's almost like a commercial, like a paid commercial. So on this first segment of the show, we have the former leader of the Progressives, right? Former Premier. No, sorry. Nope. Former Minister of Finance, former Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Roy McTaggart in the studio, and I'm going to have him announce his guest as well. Yeah. Mr. McTaggart, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
OC, good morning to you, and good morning too to the wider Cayman Islands. It's been a few months since I've been here, but I did take a step back once my colleague Joy Hugh took over as leader of the opposition, and did so really to give him way and a great opportunity to establish himself as leader and spokesperson for the Progressives, now rebranded as the PPM, and we're going into the election this year as the PPM and dropping the name the Progressives. So I'm glad to be back and in the studio with you this morning. To my right is one of our candidates, our most recent announcement of a candidate for this general elections, and that is Miss Donna Bush. So I say to her a very warm welcome as well to the public arena. She needs no introduction to anyone here,
Right.
and I think throughout the Cayman Islands, because she is so well known, spending so many years with working in government at Government Information Services, and she has decided to throw her hat in the ring in this election. And Donna, I am going to just ask you to introduce yourself. Tell us all a little bit about yourself and why you have chosen to run, if you don't mind.
I certainly don't. Thank you so much, Mr. Roy, for that introduction. OC, it's my pleasure to be here with you this morning.
My
and
pleasure
of course,
to have you.
the wider Cayman Islands. Good morning, everyone. I hope that you're tuning in and that you will share with your friends that they should tune in at this time. As you all know, I'm Donna. I've been living in the Savannah, Newlands area for just a little over 25 years. I have decided to throw my hat in the political arena because it's something that I've wanted to do for quite some time. This is the third season that I've had folks around me, just talking about the possibility of me considering it. And, the third season back, I felt that I wasn't ready. The last season, I had a young daughter who was still in high school, and I wanted to see her, pass through high school. And this time around, I just said to myself, if not now, then when? It's time. I feel that I have what it takes. I know I have what it takes to make life easier for the people of Savannah. Not only that, the people of the Cayman Islands in general. I'm a voice. I've been a voice for the people for a very long time, for 33 plus years in my career. And it's time to take that voice to a national level in a different way, by being able to represent my people in Parliament and being a voice for them. And I know that I can do that with the support of the people from Savannah.
Okay. One of our news organizations yesterday described you or described the announcement. They said you were a person who is accustomed to reading the news, but yesterday you made the news instead. So, Mr. McTaggart, what made you decide to choose Donna as a candidate, knowing that she's going to be contesting a seat where there's a very popular incumbent, someone who has lived in the constituency for, I would say, practically all of her life? What made you decide to?
Well, OC, I think, quite simply, when Donna, I believe, approached us, we were happy, I think, to see someone of her caliber, seeking to emerge and to be a part of this electoral cycle. We have been looking for and talking to numerous people as potential candidates. Mm-hmm. And Donna is just a very strong person, strong woman, in her own right. And, she was living in an area where we did not have a candidate. You will recall that the person that originally was going to fill that position, be our candidate mm-hmm. in Savannah, Mr. Parsons, he withdrew his name. And so we were looking for a suitable candidate to fill that position and to move forward with us. And quite frankly, we are overjoyed with Donna, with her, wanting to run. And so we basically are really happy to have her. She has a lot of the character and the characteristics of the type of person that we would like to see, and who she fits very well with us mm-hmm. in terms of our own mantra and the way we operate as a team and as a group. So, I mean, that very simply is reasons for it. I will say, we right now I think we have 11 or 12 candidates. There's still some discussions ongoing to try and fill a couple other posts before nomination day. Whether that will materialize is left to be seen. But we're still moving forward, and I think at the moment we have assembled what I perceive is a very solid team of experience and new faces, gender balance, and all the things that I think Caymanians are looking forward in a party to contest the elections.
Okay, Ms. Donna, not wanting you to reveal or not pushing you to reveal any of your political strategy that you may employ during the campaign, but tell us, what some of the concerns that you have for your constituency, some of the your vision in terms of what you want to do within the community, and at some point in time, Mr. Roy, also what I shouldn't say leverage, but what latitude are you going to allow your candidates to concentrate on the constituency while the party itself will deal more with the national picture? Ms. Donna first.
There's lots of work to be done in Savannah. Taking the pulse of the people, particularly the younger people. There's been an explosion of population in Savannah over the last 2 political seasons. So there are more voices to be heard in Savannah. And there's great concerns that, we don't have things like a civic center, for instance. Everyone talks about the cost of living, on a national level, but my constituency as well, or the constituency that I hope to gain a seat in. There are lots of issues that are being discussed. But for me, I just want to be able to connect to those people, listen to them. I understand that there's a lot of frustration amongst our people, particularly in Savannah as well. And that's something that we want to be able to listen and connect with the people to hear what they have to say and to see what their issues of concerns are. But I have been talking to a lot of people. A lot of young people have been reaching out, and I'm just here to listen at this point and to see how we can solve these things.
Your campaign is going to take a more positive approach, and
Absolutely.
one in terms of looking forward, to a brighter future,
Absolutely.
more innovative ways of doing things.
Absolutely, yes. I'm not here to mudsling anyone. I'm not here to do any of that. The incumbent is a respected person in the community. She does great work on a community level. We just need to have someone to take that to the next level as well. So that's where I stand.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a commercial break. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back with Mr. Roy McTaggart and the candidate for the constituency of Savannah, Miss Donna Bush, who is no stranger to the people of the Cayman Islands. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series. Brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Alexander Selvin Eden, 1888 through 1985. Alexander Selvin Eden was a dedicated family man. He and his wife, Sarah Leonie Nee West, had 7 children, and their father made sure that they had the best education available. He loved to work the land and also raised livestock, providing steady employment for others. As a young man, he worked overseas on the construction of the Florida East Coast Railway, returning home after World War I. His major contribution was filling the void in transportation of goods and passengers between Georgetown and Bordentown, which he did with a horse-drawn carriage for 35 years in all kinds of conditions. The government called upon him for many duties in his district, including police service, tax collection, operation of the cattle dip to control ticks, service as foreman of roadworks, and as pound keeper, keeping stray cattle until their owners reclaimed them, and the maintenance of telephone lines. He also served as a member of the Assembly of Justices and Vestry.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
It will be Saturday, March 1st, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The 13th Annual Rotary Central Health Check Lifesaver, a mini medical just for you, free to you. Your blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, hemoglobin, weight management, and more. Free medical guidance, doctors, nurses, medical technicians, free glucometers, blood pressure monitors, subject to conditions. Save the date March 1. See you at Cost You Less West Bay Road, A.L. Thompson's Home Depot, Foster's Airport, Foster's West Bay, Savannah United Church. The Rotary Central Health Check 25 Lifesaver, March 1st, supported by the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens and the Health Services Authority of the Cayman Islands. Knowing changes everything.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts Building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage, with tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
Hey, Cayman parents, we get it. You're underslept, over-trafficked. You can barely find your sanity in the morning because you're still trying to find your kids' shoes and lunch boxes. Let Yum take some of the stress away. Every day, over 3,000 students enjoy delicious, nutritious meals from Yum. Over 5 million lunches served and counting. Private school parents? Browse the Yum Cayman app and order up to a month in advance or last minute by 12 a.m. the night before. Government school students? Just drop by the Yum canteen. No pre-orders needed. Yum can't help you find your sanity, but we can sure make your mornings just a bit easier. Check out daily menus at myschoolpos.com or visit yumcayman.ky to learn more.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Different format on For the Record this morning. We're going to have our rotating guest in our studio, the People's Progressive Movement, PPM. They have paid for the entire show, and I want to say to all of you, I'm sure that the account executives out there letting you all know that any candidate or any group wanting to have time on Radio Cayman, you're welcome to do so. We're not partisan in any way. Anyone who wants to come on. So PPM, they were the first on board. And what they say, the early bird catches the worm, as well. So in this segment, we have Miss Donna Bush and Mr. Roy McTaggart, former leader of the opposition, in the studio with us. Miss Donna has been announced as a candidate for the constituency of Savannah. And again, while there are many ways for you to approach your campaign, you have spoken about wanting to go on a positive note, talk about the things that you want to do, the things that are needed in the constituency as well. So, Ms. Donna, we're going to throw the mic back over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, OC. I am not one, those that know me know that I'm not one for confrontation. I'm a no-nonsense type of person. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. When I commit to the people of Savannah and our wider Cayman Islands, I commit wholeheartedly, and I'm not into the mudslinging. I'm not into the negativity. I just want the people of Savannah to know that I will be working for them, and I will be talking during my and making points during my campaign about the things that I want to do, not the things that weren't done. Because when I talk about the things that I want to do and the difference that I want to make in the constituency of Savannah, that will certainly point to the things that haven't been done in Savannah and for the people of Savannah. So, yes.
And in your profession as a journalist, there are certain standards that are set there in terms of journalism, timeliness, accuracy, and stuff like that. How will you employ those skills as a candidate and hopefully, if you're successful, as a member of parliament?
Yeah, well, I'm an action person. For those out there who don't know me, and those who know me will tell you that I'm a person that gets things done. I've come from a very deadline-driven career, and I will obviously, that's a strength that I will take over into my political career if I'm afforded that possibility in our community. So, being a deadline-driven person, every day I had to get my news done. Every day I had to do my research. And those are things that I think are so important, because if I commit to getting a project done for my people, I'm going to drive that with that same energy and that same drive that I have from my journalism career.
Okay. Mr. McTaggart, from the party standpoint, you will are there plans to have a party manifesto and then for each candidate to have a separate manifesto as well? How will that work?
Oh, see, we are working right now on the party's manifesto, and which we have always had for every election that we have contested. So there will be a party manifesto for the elections from there. But the individual candidates are entitled to develop and present their own, manifesto, if you might call it that.
Okay. Good play with words.
Absolutely. That they will want to share with the people in their constituency. And, I have one that I've just had prepared with just some bullet points, really, of things that I am concentrating on and will concentrate on in the constituency of Georgetown East. And next week, when I start getting out and about the community, that will be distributed to them as well. And Donna, I'm certain, is going to have that opportunity as well.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, it's all about, you got to convince the people to support you.
Yeah.
And so the more you can give them and more you can tell them about yourself, and goes a long way towards convincing them to support you. So,
And your campaign strategy, Ms. Donna, is going to be a combination of various approaches, yard meetings, public meetings.
Yes. I love the idea of the intimacy of the yard meeting. It really gives people a chance to just relax. Traditionally meetings, we're going to have, of course, be having our bigger meetings on the platform as a party. But yeah, again, I love the intimacy of the yard meetings, and I'm hoping that, and I'm encouraging people to please attend those if you can. Don't just sit in your cars, but actually come and, I want people to have the ability to speak to me. And to share things with me, because how am I going to know what needs to be done if you're not connecting with me in that way?
Okay. Well, since Mr. McTaggart is going to be here later on throughout the show, I want to give you an opportunity for some closing comments, Ms. Donna.
The closing comments I have this morning, specifically to the people of Savannah, I just want to ask for your support. I want to ask that when you go to the polls on April 30th, it's a ways off, that you will consider me to lead you in the District of Savannah. I promise you that I will be a woman of my word. I am a woman of action, and just give me that opportunity and watch me work.
Okay, folks, we've reached the top of the hour, or 8 o'clock news. When we return at 8:15, we will have additional guests in the studio. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news. And Ms. Donna, again, congratulations and good luck to you.
Thank you so much, Ilse.
Good morning. Studio time now by Foster's is 8 o'clock.
Order up, Cayman. Foster's Bay Market Cafe is now on the Let's Eat app, bringing you mouth-watering burgers, bold wok sensations, crave-worthy Mexican food, and more. Whether you're in the mood for a sizzling stir-fry, grabbing a juicy cheeseburger for lunch, or craving a fiesta of flavors, our selection of Bay Market Cafe faves has you covered. Delivered straight to your door. No lines, no hassle. The best food on the island is now just a tap away. Hungry for more? Search Foster's on the Let's Eat app now. Foster's, better because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller, and I've got some decisions from Cabinet's February 17th meeting. They approved the transfer of a Crown Land private road just east of the Esterly-Tibbetts Highway north of Clipper Bay to the National Roads Authority. They also approved a license to the Health Services Authority for the use of part of Crown Land just northwest of the Bodden Town Health Center. Money-wise, Cabinet approved a, quote, reallocation to increase the budget for financial assistance by $6 million. They also shifted some $52,000 from the 2024 and 25 budget for policy advice and ministerial services on human resource and immigration matters to cover the cost of granting a cost of living increase and an honorarium to the staff at the Cayman Islands National Cultural Foundation. Cayman's leaders approved 6 exemptions under Cayman's Immigration Transition Act for 1 year, greenlit the implementation of an annual performance incentive for employees at the Public Service Pensions Board and agreed to the Minister for Sport signing the Georgetown Declaration resulting from the 4th Caribbean Forum for the World Anti-Doping Agency. You can find the full summary online at gov.ky. The Yukata Youth Summit is back, and the voice of young Cayman is showing up in London in a big way.
I have been honored to be part of the Yukata Youth Summit to represent the Cayman Islands government as a youth ambassador to discuss central themes falling underneath diversity and inclusivity in the overseas territories. I am completely blown away by the sheer maturity, talent, and passionate points made by my fellow Caribbean youth delegates. I am showing up to make my islands proud and represent well.
I hope to have represented the Cayman Islands well by speaking on key issues surrounding and impacting our national community. I feel fortunate to interact with the UK's overseas territories and to put the voices of our island on the international stage, and hope both my words and conversations during the summit may change the Cayman Islands for the better.
My biggest takeaway was to accept each other's differences and find ways to move forward in a way that is cohesive and inclusive to everyone's different needs.
Brittany Evans, Jack Hurlston, and Thea Shea Foster there, the team of Cayman's young people that are attending this year's event. The Cayman Islands representative to the UK, Dr. Tasha Ebanks Garcia, met with the delegates before they headed to BVI House,
where they represented their community and contributed to important discussions on inclusion and diversity. This year, the Yukata Youth Summit is focusing on diversity and inclusivity in the overseas territories.
She says the theme is about making sure every voice is heard, including neurodiversity in education, LGBTQ+ rights, and immigration and migration from the perspective of UK overseas territories youth. Financial literacy is a, quote, key pillar in preparing Cayman's young people for a successful future. That's the message from the chairman of the National Youth Commission as it launches its new website alongside a free online financial literacy program. Chair Johan Moxham.
By launching this program, we aim to provide young Caymanians with the tools and knowledge necessary to make informed financial decisions and secure their financial independence.
The literacy program will cover things like budgeting, saving, debt management, and investing. Minister responsible, the Honorable Isaac Rankin.
I am incredibly proud to see the National Youth Commission launch the financial literacy program. And by equipping young people with the tools to manage their finances effectively, we are also investing in their future success and the long-term prosperity of our nation. I look forward to seeing the positive impact this program will have on the lives of our youth.
The NYC has also secured funding to provide up to 1,200 awards of $250 to young Caymanians who successfully complete the course and final examination. For more info, head to nationalyouthcommission.ky. And a quick note, the Ministry of Education will be closed today for a staff function. They'll resume their regular operations at 8:30 a.m. on Monday. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Danielle Yałowiecka. Greek police have clashed with protesters in Athens on the second anniversary of the country's deadliest rail disaster. The demonstrators say they want justice for the 57 victims. Unions have called for a general strike, causing major disruption to public transport and air traffic in the capital and other cities. A suicide attack at an Islamic school in northwestern Pakistan, known for educating Taliban leaders, has killed at least 6 people. No group has admitted carrying out the bombing. Rescue teams in India are searching for about 40 construction workers feared trapped by an avalanche in the northern state of Uttarakhand. 16 people have been rescued, but heavy snowfall is hampering efforts to find dozens of others. BBC World News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Get your tickets now for Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day, the 56th Annual Agricultural Show at the Stacey Wattler Agricultural Pavilion in Lower Valley, Ash Wednesday, March 5th. Raffle tickets are on sale now at eventpro.ky and include general admission to the show. Not one, but two $10,000 grand prizes. All the fun, all the entertainment, the food, the animals, the plants, and homemade goodies. Get your raffle tickets now at eventpro.ky. The 56th Annual Agricultural Show, Ash Wednesday, March 5th.
Biggest variety in the morning. RC Fusion. Following the 10 a.m. news headline.
Brought to you by TCE Paint Shop, 27 Godfrey Nixon Way.
RC Fusion.
The Georgetown Farmers Market. It's time you start eating local. The market at the Cricket Grounds.
My Kinda Cleaners. Call or WhatsApp 326-3379 for your free quote today. Ministry of Planning, Agriculture, Housing, Infrastructure, Transportation, and Development. Also brought to you by Rosanna Dixon Insurance. Protect your family with critical illness coverage. Call Rosanna Dixon at 547-0952. Biggest variety in the morning. Radio Cayman.
Hi, I'm Deputy Governor Franz Manderson, and I'm excited to announce the DG's 5K Challenge is just around the corner. We kick off things in Little Cayman on March 9th, followed by Cayman Brac on March 16th, and the grand finale on Grand Cayman on March 30th. This year, we're supporting the Cayman Islands Girls Brigade, the Cayman Islands Scouts Association, and the 1-to-1 Foundation, each helping to shape our next generation. Join us in making a positive impact. For registration details, find us on Facebook at DG's 5K Challenge.
The Cayman Islands Agriculture Society presents Roots Rock Reggae with reggae superstar Taras Riley live in concert at the Agriculture Fairgrounds on Saturday, March 1st, alongside Mr. Notch and Local Motion 345, Sugar Daddy, Sound Revolution, and more. It's Roots Rock Reggae going down Saturday, March 1st at the Agriculture Fairgrounds. General admission tickets only $45 and VIP $65 with access to the raised viewing platform. Purchase your tickets now at eventpro.ky. Roots Rock Reggae is brought to you by the Ministry of Planning, Agriculture, Housing and Infrastructure, Cayman Distributors, Coca-Cola, and Cayman Airways.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the people's station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brickade, where people come first.
Pleasant good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 80 degrees. Relative humidity is 77%. The barometric pressure is 29.97 inches and falling. The wind is north-northeast at 5 knots. Overnight low was 76. Synopsis indicate light winds and smooth seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours due to a weak pressure gradient across the northwest Caribbean. Radar images show a few isolated showers mostly 100 miles southeast of Grand Cayman, moving towards the southwest. Now the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today, calling for mainly sunny skies, becoming partly cloudy at times, with a 20% chance of showers this afternoon. Temperatures will be in the mid-80s. Winds will be north to northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. Tonight, mainly fair skies with less than a 20% chance of showers and temperatures falling to the mid-70s. Your winds will be northeast at 5 knots or less, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. Today's high tide will occur this morning at 9:40, low tide this afternoon at a minute after 4, and a high tide again tonight at 11 minutes past 10. The sun will set this evening at 6:29 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:45. And the outlook is calling for a gradual increase in winds and seas from Monday morning as an area of high pressure builds across the southeast United States in the wake of the front. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. Don't lie on your resume. Because if you say you've got trapeze experience, someone might shoot you out of a cannon and expect you to do a gymnast routine while flying through the air at 82 miles an hour. And just because you want to land on your feet doesn't mean you will. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance, so you get the best coverage for the price.
Get the best coverage for the price. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brit-K, where people come first.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.ky or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a second location in Governor's Square. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health.
The nation listens. The candidates speak. Subway presents the General Election Debates, live in studio on Radio Cayman 89.9 FM and 93.9 in the Sister Islands, starting March 10th. Every Monday and select Wednesdays from 7 to 10 p.m. 2 sessions. One powerful discussion. With Election Day fast approaching, hear what the candidates have to say on the cost of living, housing and development, economic growth, sustainability, education, transport, tourism, immigration, and more. Who has the vision? Who has the plan? Hear it all unfold live, unfiltered, and on the voice of the Cayman Islands. Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM and 93.9. Streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Visit Radio Cayman's social media pages for debate details. Brought to you in part by Cayman Enterprise City.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning again. Let's take a look this time what's happening on our roads. Coming from the east further up on Shamrock Road, flowing moderately. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue traffic is moving along at a good pace in both directions. Slow moving traffic on Cool Road, slight delays expected, and steady traffic coming off of Agnes Way and Bobby Thompson Way. From the West Bay 4-way stop, flowing at a good pace, and on the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is steady bit flowing. Coming off of the Esley Tibbetts Highway, traffic is moving on moderately, and Industrial Park area moderate flow of traffic, as well as on North Sound Road in both directions. Owen Roberts Drive, light to moderate traffic flow, and that's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic.
Subway and Oreo has changed the dessert game. Introducing the Oreo footlong cookie, a full 12 inches of chocolatey, creamy goodness. It's big, it's bold, and it's here for a limited time. Perfect for sharing or not. We won't judge. Want it fast? Order ahead with the Subway Cayman Islands app for quick pickup and earn loyalty points. Or get it delivered straight to your door with Bento and Let's Eat. Don't wait. Treat yourself today. The Oreo footlong cookie is calling your name. Subway. Eat fresh. Snack sweet.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. For those of you who are just joining us, the entire show For the Record has been paid for. The People's Progressive Movement introducing their candidates. Of course, if you are a political party or if you are an independent candidate and you want to appear on, not just For the Record, Radio Cayman, contact her sales department or sales executives, to do so as well. One listener opined and asked the question, what did they say? Said, if it's paid for, why do you still have advertising? And for now, it is the show minus the commercials, for our talk. So we have in the studio with us former leader of the progressive movement, Mr. Roy McTaggart, and I'm going to have him now introduce the second slot of guests that we have in the studio. Mr. McTaggart.
Thank you again, OC. Pleasure again, once again, just to say that to be here with you this morning. Before I introduce my next colleagues, I just want to give a big shout out to the public about the PPM conference that takes place tomorrow at the Kimpton Hotel. Registration for the conference is open from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. At 6:30, we will have the business session of the conference, and that is open to members of the party only. And that there we're going to approve the slate of candidates, and there's some other business and reports that the party will receive from the executive. So we'll take about an hour there to deal with the business side of things for the PPM. And then at 7:30 we are going to break then, and we will have a dinner. And that dinner is open to the public, those that would like to come. I would encourage them, if you do want to come, please either send an email to info@ppm.ky or call the office and register to attend the dinner. There are limited spaces available, so once they're filled, they'll be gone. So I'm encouraging people to come out and support us tomorrow evening. You're going to have an opportunity there to meet all of the candidates, because we're going to be introducing all of them to the membership, and they're going to be elected or approved at that point and you'll have an opportunity to hear more about the party and our plans for the upcoming elections. So it will be wonderful, and I think it'll be a fun-filled and enlightening evening for anyone who attends. So I'm encouraging the public to please come, and especially to our members to come out tomorrow and cast your vote as well for the business that will be coming to. And just let me remind as well, I invite you all to inviting to dinner. I need to say that it is free.
Yes. That's important.
Yes, I'm not going to be asked to pay tomorrow evening.
Yes.
So don't be afraid about signing up. It will not cost you anything, unless, of course, you want to have a drink. Then there will be a bar there for people to purchase drinks if they want. That will be your only cost if you so desire.
Okay.
So a big plug for the conference tomorrow. Please come out and support us. So now I want to move on. Excuse me, and introduce our next guest here, and my colleagues across the table, sitting in front of me, is Mr. Craig Festa Frederick, who is the PPM candidate for Georgetown South. Seated next to him is Mrs. Perlina McGaugh-Lumsden, who is our candidate for Georgetown West. I believe I've got it right.
Correct.
Yes.
And good morning.
Craig, go ahead. I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can lead off.
Good morning, OC. Good morning, Mr. Roy. Good morning, Cayman. Good morning, my Georgetown South. As Mr. Roy said, I am Craig Frederick, a.k.a. Festa. Most of Cayman probably know me as Festa from my time on the radio, and as well as the involvement with Cayman's Carnival and Swanky International. And I am here to tell my people of Georgetown South that I want to be your voice, your representative, your eyes and ears, and your history-making member of parliament. And when I say history-making, because Windsor Park's never had a member of parliament, a MLA, a politician to represent them in the House. And I look forward to being that first. And I just to give a little bit of background,
sure,
because
right ahead.
A lot of people, when they think of me, they think of Carnival, think of radio, but one thing that people are now just understanding is the love of politics I've always had. My favorite story I tell, and I'm sure you can relate to this because you don't know mommy and daddy very well, is growing up, especially as a young kid. My best night wasn't watching World Cup final. My best night wasn't going and watching Champions League final. My best night was election night. You know, to be able to go with my mother, with my blanket, my pillow in the back of the car from North Side, then the East End, you know, watching Mr. Craddock walking out as the winner, watching John McLean come out, East End Town Hall as the winner, and then going to Borden Town and watch Mr. Jim and Mr. Haig and them. Just, I can see Mr. Jim right now. He used to come out in his tan suit and just shaking, and going to West Bay to Mr. Benson and everyone else, and then coming back to town 2-3 o'clock in the morning and waiting for Mr. Norman, Mr. Linford to come out and, you know, just celebrate. So that was my excitement growing up, and it's always been. I've been involved with PPM. I've been a supporter of PPM since inception. I've not been out there in the front, but I've always spoke for them and about them over the last 20 plus years. And this has been a long time coming, for me to put myself forward to represent my people the way I feel the people needs that representation. And I will say that the reason why you're only now hearing my political aspirations is because of the respect and love I had for Miss Barbara. I've always wanted to run Georgetown South. That's where my roots are. 46 years within Windsor Park of Georgetown South, and it was just out of respect of Miss Barbara to not step on any toes and just wait until the time had come for me to step up to the plate. And guess what, Cayman? That time is here. That time is now. And I am so ready to step up to the plate for my Georgetown South, my Cayman Islands, and everyone that is impacted by this election.
Okay, thank you very much. Ms. Susan, what we're going to do before we introduce and hear from Ms. Perlina Lumsden McGaugh, or McGaugh-Lumsden, did I get that right?
McGaugh-Lumsden.
McGaugh-Lumsden. We're going to take the commercial break so that we don't have to interrupt her when she starts. Folks, please stay tuned. When we return, you will hear from Ms. Perlina. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board our uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, Mr. Roy McTaggart, and he has introduced two members of the People's Progressive Movement who will be representing the party in the upcoming general elections. We have in the studio with us Ms. Perlina McGaugh-Lumsden, who will be representing Georgetown West, and Mr. Craig Frederick, who you heard earlier, he will be representing Georgetown South. So I want to say now good morning and welcome to For the Record for Ms. Perlina.
Good morning.
And
good morning to Georgetown West and the entire Cayman Islands community. I am so happy to be here, honestly. I am, again, like OC has mentioned, is that I am Perlina McGaugh-Lumsden, and I'm running for the constituency of Georgetown West. And as many of you will know, I actually ran the last cycle in Georgetown West at all. And this isn't my first rodeo. This is my fourth rodeo. It really is. I don't look it, but I actually had felt it in the last election. And honestly, there are a lot of questions, Mr. Connor, with regards to why I decided to run. I think after losing a race the third time, one can say that you're dejected. One can say you're rejected. One can say that you have lost a battle. You've lost the in the arena. And it takes a lot. It really does. It takes a lot from you from a physical standpoint. It takes a lot from you from a mental standpoint and from a financial standpoint. And so if you come in the last election and within the year after the election, I was mentally exhausted, and it truly takes a toll. So all the newcomers, brace yourself for this, because it's not an easy fight. It's not an easy fight to go into that arena, and it's not an easy fight to be criticized, observed, but it's a noble thing to do, and we must understand that and respect the individuals that have decided to run for this race. And it has been a lot of back and forth when it comes to me deciding if I was going to run, Mr. Connor. And for an entire 3 years, almost up to 4 years, I said absolutely not, because it's your third time. And you just feel like, you know what, clearly Georgetown West and the wider community has different individuals that they see fit or much fitter to actually be their MP or their premier and so on and so forth. But believe it or not, I was actually last year having a discussion with my friends and my husband. And I just put it out to the universe, and they kept asking, everybody kept asking, what are your plans? What are you planning to do? And I indicated to them, and I was very definitive with my answer. I will not be running. However, I will be voting for PPM, and I vote in Georgetown East for Mr. Roy McTaggart. And they said, really? Now, they say really because they know I was independent previously, but in addition to that, I was always core UDP. However, things have evolved. Things have progressed. And I must not be a biased individual. I have to be an unbiased individual. And I can see things, and I have to do things that's a betterment for my country. And so I said I was going to vote for Mr. Roy McTaggart. But in addition to that, I actually said I will not be running unless PPM comes knocking on my door. And that's the honest God's truth. And I put that out there in the universe because I said, it's impossible. Come on, I'm not one of PPM candidates. I was always UDP. And I know how loyal that party is and how stable that party is. I know the individuals there. They are a family. They're a cohesive group of individuals. And so to be welcome there, trust me, I don't have the words for something like that. And before I actually left for Africa, not one, not two, not three, but 4 individuals. And that's God's way of telling me that it is my time. And it is my time to understand that the people need to be heard. It is my time for Caymanians to be seen. It is my time to be an elective representative and do my best. I am not here for personal gains. Please understand that. I am here to fight for my Caymanians. I am here for the individuals that are marginalized. I am here for my Caymanians because I have a voice. I'm here to advocate on their behalf. We are not perfect, neither one of us. Yes, we have faltered. And people will ask me, why PPM? Well, stable. They are a very stable party. They are a cohesive group of individuals. They get things done. They're an action individual. And that trickles down to me as a candidate. My family, my friends will tell you, and Craig, I get things done. If you're going to tell me an issue, tell me the issue. But be very brief with your issue. Let's go to the solution and get it done. That's the individual that I am. So I choose PPM because they have leadership, they have stability, they have a proven record. While they may falter, there's so many things that they have accomplished and so many accomplishments that have been done with regards to the individuals that have led this party. Let's talk about COVID. Let's talk about education. Let's talk about what they have done for small businesses. We haven't even touched that yet. And so that's why I chose them. And I'm happy to be part of this party. I really am. Do they embrace women? That was another big thing for me also. Of course they do. We know that you have a deputy leader right now with Ms. Barbara Conley. So that was something also that pushed me forward to them. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to represent Georgetown West. But let's also remember, it's not about Georgetown West only. Every single one of our Caymanians are suffering from various different aspects, whether that's the cost of living, whether that's housing, whether that's traffic. I myself don't even deal with traffic from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. I choose to go to work at 9 o'clock because I know the burden and the stress that it takes. And so that's something that we also need to tackle. I am an individual that strongly believe, are we better off 4 years ago than we were previously? And the answer is flat out no. Can we be better? Yes, we can be better. And so that's why I've chosen this slate to run with PPM. I'm happy for the slate of candidates. They have been phenomenal. They have been welcoming, they have been understanding, and they have an agenda to push forward for the betterment of all Caymanians in this country. And that's why I'm here. It's not for my benefit. Everybody knows my past. Everybody know who I am, and I'm not going to get into that. But am I going to stay where I am, or am I going to progress? I have progressed, and so has my family. And if you were to tell me today that a paycheck doesn't come with me being an MP, I'm more than happy with that as well. Because it isn't about money or a paycheck for me. It is about the people of my country, and it's about them being heard, seen, appreciated, and fighting for their rights in this country. There's no way we can continue to think that Caymanians feel like they are a minority, that they're marginalized, that they're victimized, that nobody not seeing them, nobody not hearing them, nobody not fighting for them. This is what this party is going to do. Fight for Georgetown West and the wider community. So I'm happy to be here. It will be a hard-fought battle, but I'm here. I'm good. I'm in the trenches, and I'm just ready to fight and be one great MP for the Georgetown West.
Now, you spoke about your previous
fights.
We can call it fights, yes, and candidacy.
Yeah.
When have you, and we know that, to a certain extent, elections is a numbers game as well.
Absolutely.
Have you had an opportunity to look at the numbers, to look at, how you perform before, look at whether or not the voter roll, the register in that constituency has increased, and the strategic approach now that you're going to take, to win people over that you may not have supported you before?
Absolutely. And let's start with my first election. My first election was when you actually had 4 to 6 individuals that you can vote for. And I was 8th, if I remember correctly. So for the first time, that was pretty impressive for me. And then the second time I ran with UDP, which I ran against our current leader at this time, Mr. Hugh. Okay. And I was second to him and very close, and he will tell you that. But one thing I didn't do was bash him. And that is something that I try to get away from and not be part of. Okay. And then the third time I ran independent, I was second to David. And I think I may have lost about 100 or 200 votes. And what I've come to recognize as well is that several different things. Independents probably can't go far in this country. We've seen it with the last election, yes, but in Georgetown West, they prefer a party. They really do, a structured party. But in addition to that, I also find that at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, running as UDP, again as UDP, and running independent, Georgetown individual sends a very strong message when it comes to PPM. And they do because it's a party of structure. It's a party of leadership. It's a party that has proven track record. And so I am grateful for Mr. White to allow me to step into this arena at this time and to take what he has started and push it forward. I really am. And I don't think I'm going to be able to achieve anything without the party or Mr. White. And that has been a complete blessing for me. So yes, I think more canvassing obviously would have to be done, although I think I work tirelessly and you're not going to outwork me. More finding of individuals, because some people have left the island and so on and so forth. I think we have to pin down that so much greater than what we did and push it forward from that standpoint. So yes, I did look at the numbers, and I'm grateful for the strategist who told me a couple of days ago that, I believe in you. I see the numbers and I know that you're extremely capable. So if I do the math from a favoritism standpoint, I do the math from a canvassing standpoint, and I do a math from me working, speaking, and people realize, and I think as Caymanians, we have to understand who we are and what we want in our MPs. Yes, you like the person, but can the person push the agenda, draft policies, and be a driven purpose individual, an action individual, somebody that can speak on your behalf, advocate on your behalf? That's what we needed at this. What we need at this time. We are at a crossroads. We cannot afford to make a mistake in this election. We just can't. And we cannot at all think that newcomers, as in a new party, is going to solve the things. That we have to get a government, elect a government that from day one, come May 1st, hit the ground running and get things accomplished.
Okay, Mr. Frederick, you wanted to say something before I interrupted you. Right there. Sorry about that.
No, well, just to go back, I just wanted to clarify something.
Sure.
You know, I can't say enough of the impact that Miss Barbara Conley has made to my Windsor Park, my Georgetown South, and over the last 8 years. I mean, just hitting the campaign trail, seeing the love people have for Miss Barbara just gives me goosebumps. And you know, I was told by someone, they're like, listen, Miss Barbara's shoes is big, you know, it's going to take plenty to fill them. And my response is, I wear size 13, so I feel more than capable of being able to fill those boots. So, and again, just to clarify, Miss Barbara has done more for the Windsor Park community than most even know. You know, she's not that person that wants to get out in front of a camera and take pictures because she's helping this one or that one. And it's the same mentality that I have, where, you know, it's not about the photo op, it's about the opportunity to help someone. You know, and the thing with me that a lot of people don't know, again, because I'm not about putting what I do for my people out there in public, is that, you know, I have been instrumental in assisting young Caymanians, especially men, guiding them through their journey of life, and, you know, being that person that they could come and talk to, and, you know, share their feelings and their problems with. And, you know, I just understand the struggles that our young Caymanians are going through right now. And, you know, I am so ready to be a part of the team that can change that mentality. And also, one thing that, you know, a lot of people told me on the trail over the last few weeks is that, you know, boy, I just can't trust politicians. I can't trust the government. You know, look all the switching and everything over the last 4 years. And I can honestly tell you, with the cohesiveness that we have as the progressives, that the majority of us have been meeting almost weekly since October, and it's all about creating solutions for Cayman, to create that solidarity, that togetherness, as Perlina said, that family feel that we have within the PPM structure. And that is what Cayman needs, as well, of course, experience and balance. That is the key thing with us, having balance.
And what's key also and crucial with this election is that we have the support of individuals, outgoing candidates.
I was going to ask about that.
Absolutely.
You know, how you
have I honestly could never ask for more support than we have been provided. They have been, honestly, our backbone. They have been guiding. They have been instructing. They have been individuals that are paving avenues for us, and that's so important as well. Yes, it's important to have your family, and trust me, my sister is here blowing up the phone, which she always does, and I'm so appreciative of that. It is important to have your family because, like I said, it's a difficult decision. We are thrust into this arena, and it's not just us, but our families have to go through this as well, and it's a very important decision. But to have the support of the parties, the ones outgoing, the ones that are current, like Mr. McTaggart, like Sir Alden, it has been so instrumental in this.
Excellent.
What I would add to that, let's just call some names here. If you
Sure. What we're going to do first is we're going to take the commercial break, because I want to come back to you, Mr. McTaggart, and talk about the ground strategy and the fact that both of them are running in constituencies where they're seeking to replace the incumbent who's a party member, and how you will employ those persons who are no longer putting themselves forward as candidates, because they come with not only a wealth of knowledge, but they come with supporters as well. Folks, don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts Building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Radio Cayman is excited to announce the launch of our new listener survey. You can visit Radio Cayman's website, Facebook, or Instagram pages. Take the survey and help shape the future of Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. For those of you just joining us, we have the former leader of the Progressives, Mr. Roy McTaggart, in the studio, and two candidates for the upcoming general election representing Georgetown South, Mr. Craig Frederick, and Georgetown West, Ms. Perlina McGaugh-Lumsden. Before we went to the commercial break, we spoke about the incumbents for both of these constituencies who are no longer contesting the election, but it appears as if they will play a pivotal role in the campaign.
And you are correct, OC. In fact, they have already, these people, that colleagues that have decided not to contest this election cycle, they have been already playing a very significant role and pivotal role in assisting these new candidates. So let's remember, in addition to Mrs. Conley in Georgetown South and David White in Georgetown West, you have Sir Alden in Red Bay, and you also have Moses Kirkconnell in Cayman Brac West and Little Cayman. And while at this point I know we don't have a candidate for Cayman Brac West and Little Cayman at this point. I know that Moses is working hard to see if he can identify someone to do so. So, I mean, he's still involved in a big way. And, you know, every person who is stepping aside is helping their replacement in the constituency. Alden is out walking the streets of Red Bay with Roy Tatum.
And Prospect. With Crystal.
And Barbara, I know, is walking the streets of Windsor Park and Georgetown South with Craig.
Yes.
And David is doing the same with Perlina. But Perlina gets the extra bit. She gets Christopher to go with him too.
This is true.
Yes.
She got two.
They're coming twos.
I got double for my money.
Two for the price of one.
You know, being on the streets for the last 3-4 weeks with Miss Barbara, I mean, it's been an absolute amazing experience. And I will share with everyone listening now from Georgetown South. And actually, I can say it for Georgetown West because I've had conversations with David as well too. You have a very unique opportunity. Georgetown South and Georgetown West, you are primed to get a 2-for-1 deal because they both said that they've told their strong supporters, they're like, no, don't leave. And Miss Barbara's like, look, I ain't going anywhere. I just pushing Craig up front. I will be right by his side to be able and involved as I am now. And it's pretty much you just getting both of us now.
Yeah.
And that is the beauty of PPM, the cohesiveness, the support system that we do have within PPM, not just with the current members, but as Leroy said, you know, with the whole framework, the committee, the leadership team, you know, the support staff that we have that are in here to help us win this election. I mean, it's a well-oiled red machine.
Yeah, well, what I would say is that's always been one of the things that has impressed me about the PPM.
Yes.
One, when you join and you're a candidate for the party, you get the full party machinery behind you. And it makes your life that much easier.
Yeah.
And we also get Alden's great cooking as well too.
Yeah. And I think it's funny from the outside, and now I'm in the inside.
Yeah.
And like I can honestly say, at the end of the day, David is a superstar. I mean, honestly, people, and I tell you he's a superstar because people genuinely like him. He's always there to listen, and he's always there to be helpful, and he's always there to lend a helping hand no matter what the situation is. And so to be actually in the arena with these the men, women, Sir Alden and the strategists and so on and so forth, you can see it's a well-oiled machine like what Craig had indicated. You can see they're all about love of country. It's a motto that they have stood by and have stand the test of time. And to be a part of it, I can honestly, genuinely say that I'm so happy to be here. And the support from every single person that plays a role within PPM, whether they were former leaders, individuals, candidates, strategists, or canvassers, it is extremely important, and it's so instrumental, and it will be instrumental because what it has seen, what will be seen, and what will be tested is that we are a party about Caymanians, for Caymanians, staying stable, about leadership, and definitely here and has proven the test of time.
Yeah. And the other thing, what I'd like to do, OC, is just remind the public that I am running as well.
Yes, it's all about them. And
forgot about that part.
But I know there had been questions, and I heard it, several times. People called, wrote to me and said, I hear you're not running. And honestly, didn't know where it was coming from because as early as January of this year, I had put out a statement, a New Year's message, and in that message, I had stated clearly that I was, contesting the election, looking forward to the, good people of Georgetown East returning me to office. But some way, somehow, this rumor crept into the public domain that I was not running. And so I take the opportunity here this morning again to clear that up and let the public know that I am most certainly a candidate, and looking forward to the campaign.
And who's walking the constituency with you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's see if we can put a little clarity to this. I'm going to read this. This person says, OC has had repeated problems after 23 years of its existence with the PPM name. So the person says, I've had a problem, probably, right? Says a couple of days ago he said Progressive People's Movement, and today introduced Mr. Roy McTaggart as the leader of the Progressive Movement. Well, when I say progressive, I've just shortened it, at the end, of the day. But you did make a distinction when you were a coalition government. You referred to yourselves as the Progressives as opposed to the PPM movement, and that, can you explain that for us?
I think that I don't know the history of when we actually adopted the Progressives and rebranded it then. I think it probably was in the lead up to the 2013 elections. But I remain to be corrected on that. And so we kept that name through 3 election cycles. And this time we thought we'd go back to what is tried and tested, and that is the People's Progressive Movement, or PPM. Because even though we had rebranded as the Progressives, people still referred to us as PPM.
Yeah.
And
that first name is going to stick with you.
That stuck with us. Yeah. So we decided that we would just simply, go back to the original name and call ourselves, brand ourselves as the People's Progressive Movement.
Okay. 2 house cleaning issues. I'm going to read what one of our listeners, one of your supporters, has sent to us, and I think Mr. Frederick and Miss Perlina, they were scheduled to be on until 9 o'clock or 9. We can go until 9:15. So because I want to give them an opportunity for some closing comments, because you still have until 10 o'clock. We will still have other candidates coming into the studio as well. So very quickly before we go to the commercial break, Miss Lucille has written and said, "Dear candidates, Perlina and Craig, as one of the founders of the PPM, it is with great satisfaction that I welcome both of you to this journey. I want to express my appreciation for your bravery in stepping up to become representatives for Georgetown. Our community needs passionate leaders who will fight for it, just like those who are retiring and have paved the way. Perlina, I want to particularly encourage you. Don't feel disheartened by setbacks. I faced several rejections myself, but each one strengthened my resolve and made me a more critical thinker. Remember, even President Lincoln was turned down 17 times before he became president. I believe in you both, and I am confident that you have what it takes to succeed. God bless and assist you. With love and care, Lucille Seymour, founder of the PPM." With that, folks, we're going to take a commercial break for our headline news. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after headline news.
Radio station. Radio Cayman is the voice of the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
Rotary Central is hosting its 13th annual island-wide free health screening tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2. It's taking place at Cost You Less, ALT's, Foster's Airport in West Bay, and the Savannah United Church. There will be blood pressure checks and other tests to help you gauge your wellness. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is in Washington, D.C. to meet U.S. President Donald Trump. The pair are due to discuss and potentially sign a deal which would give the U.S. access to rare Ukrainian minerals. Terms of the deal have been agreed, but Zelensky is pushing for Ukrainian security guarantees to be added, something Trump says should be dealt with by Europe. Their meeting this afternoon comes a week after Zelensky said Trump was, quote, living in a disinformation space created by Russia, and the U.S. president accused his Ukrainian counterpart of being a, quote, dictator. At a news conference on Thursday alongside UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Trump appeared to pull back on the comment, responding to a question from the BBC saying, quote, "Did I say that? I can't believe I said that." Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, we have Mr. Roy McTaggart, former leader of the opposition and leader of the People's Progressive Movement. I'm going to try to stick to one terminology, but when you on a talk show, you don't have so much time. So if you can shorten the words, and I can just say the progressives, that gives me a few more seconds to say other things, as well. But and in the studio along with him, we have the two candidates for Georgetown South and Georgetown West in the person of Mr. Frederick for Georgetown South and Miss Perlina McGaugh-Lumsden for Georgetown West. Miss Susan, is that caller still there? Okay, we did have a caller. We didn't talk about phone calls, but while these two candidates will be with us until 9:15, we will allow for some phone calls to come in for them after we hear from Mr. Roy McTaggart. Mr. McTaggart.
Okay, the only thing I really wanted to add here to OC, just to let the public know as well, that Monday is nomination day, and at that time the field of candidates will be fixed, and the I was going to say progressives. The PPM, or the People's Progressive Movement, we will kick off our campaign with a rally next week, Saturday evening at the Compass Green. That's where we will commence our thing, and we're hoping for a very big turnout, and we will start advertising for that here, I think, all of next week once nomination day is over. So that's what the only other thing I wanted to mention.
And one listener wanted to know why you hadn't held a single constituency meeting in Georgetown East in the past 4 years. Can you address that?
No, the questioner or the person is correct. I did not have a specific meeting with in the district during the 4 years, but I worked my tail off to deal with issues in the constituency. And as leader of the opposition, I didn't just get requests for assistance or issues to deal with from my constituency. I had them from all across the island. And people turned to me, and I took everyone and I tried to deal with every issue and resolve it as best and as quickly as I could. So, I mean, that's as much as I can say. I mean, I worked myself off over the last 4 years to deal with those issues.
Okay, back over to our candidate. The mic is yours. We can call this the free format part of things.
Well, I will say this. I am so excited to be, and ready to be on that platform when Perlina and myself start tag teaming the Georgetown South and Georgetown West area, because I thoroughly know that we are the dream team. You know, let's not hide it. We are going to be the dream team for Georgetown South and West moving forward. And you know, we're both ready, eager, and just ready to go to work. And I also just want to say one other thing with regards to leadership. I wouldn't be doing this, and I am sure every other person that putting themselves forward as a PPM candidate would not be doing this if we did not 100% believe in Joey Hugh. If we did not believe in the character of Joey Hugh, his leadership ability in Joey Hugh, his love for Cayman, his passion for Cayman. And as I said, none of us would be here if we did not 100% believe in what the next premier, and I can say that because I'm a PPM candidate, right? The next premier of Cayman, Joey Hugh. And I just want Cayman to really understand what he brings to the table and who he is. And, you know, and just like every leader before him, because this is also PPM 4.0, with our fourth leader of the party, you know, everyone that has come to the table before, when they stepped up to that plate, they weren't known as, you know, that leader. But given the opportunity and the situations, I mean, we had someone that went from after Kurt, we don't have guidance anymore, to by the end of his tenure, he's now Sir Alden McLaughlin, one of the most respected politicians in Cayman's history. So I guess my point is, people, Joey Hugh, give the amazing person that Joey Hugh the opportunity to show you why he will be a great premier for the Cayman Islands.
Okay. How much will, Ms. Perlina, your manifesto, I got that from Mr. McTaggart, reflect some of the things that you have said here this morning?
I think my main constituency when it comes to my manifesto with regards to Georgetown West is it's going to reflect similar to that, or mirror something similar to that of the general manifesto, because like I said, I think what Georgetown faces is not unique to what's happening. It's Cayman wide. It's happening in every single constituency, and every Caymanian is impacted by the same issues, whether that be traffic, cost of living, housing, and so on and so forth. So it's going to mirror something that's pretty similar. But I do want to definitely acknowledge the listener, Mrs. Lucy Seymour, and I want to acknowledge that because I'm a woman first and foremost. I'm Caymanian first and foremost, but I'm a woman. And I'm so happy to have individuals like her and Miss Conley that actually paving the way for young persons like myself. That cannot go unnoticed in this country. This is what we need more than ever. We need individuals that are united, individuals that are paving ways, creating opportunities for young individuals such as Craig and myself. So I do want to take the time out. And I do want to take the time out, Mr. Connor, to say that we as Caymanians have to understand something. The idea of dividing each other and attacking each other can no longer work in this country.
Yes.
Part of the issues and the concerns that we are having in this country is because we're not united. We have to stop attacking each other. We have to stop actually trying to divide one another. Stick to the issues. That is what our concern is about. It's not about what you you're proud, you're this, and so on and so forth. That has nothing to do with your MP. I am not concerned about the personal life of an MP. I am concerned about their capabilities. Are they able? Are they willing? Can they advocate? Are they intelligent? Are they going to work hard? To me, I'm going to please beg the voters and the people of Cayman, the greater community, and I'm going to urge every single voter, go to the meetings. Dive yourself in and read the manifestos. Talk to your candidate and hold them responsible. That is your job as a voter, not to get caught up into this negativity that we are going down. We are not pessimistic individuals. We are optimistic individuals, and we have to understand that. Put God at the forefront. Understand that we are fighting for you. And so this division is not going to benefit anybody. Stay focused. Stay focused on the issues and the solutions. That is what this is about, and that's my closing remark. I am grateful to be a part of this party. I am grateful to be part of Georgetown West and to be running in Georgetown West. I am grateful for David White. I am grateful for our leader. I'm grateful for every single person, and I am truly grateful to be here. And I'm so looking forward to hitting the ground, talking to each individual, but most importantly, to getting the issues solved in this country. So I thank you for taking that time.
Okay, thank you. Any closing comments from you, Mr. Frederick?
Again, just to reiterate to the Georgetown South, if you haven't seen me yet, you will. And I look forward to being able to hit the campaign trail and to show people my passion, my love, my commitment to bettering the lives of our Caymanian people, bettering the situation that we're in. And I also want to stress this. I have a 8-year-old daughter going to Red Bay Primary School, and I am not running for this for the next 4 years. I am here putting myself forward to make an impact in my child's future 20, 30 years on the road. We are, as Perlina earlier said, we are at a crossroads right now that needs that proven, stable leadership, that needs a group that is balanced, that needs a group that from day one, they can hit the ground running, not spend the first 2-3 years just learning the parliamentary procedures, but someone that can actually put Cayman's ship right, or begin to put Cayman's ship right. And that is why we here at PPM, and Perlina again said it so clearly, where it's not about personalities. It's not about, oh, I like this person. I've been telling my Georgetown South people that, yo, you're not voting for me. This isn't about me this election. It's not voting for me. It's voting, I almost say voting. It's voting for we. It's about the collective. It's about creating that team that is going to move Cayman forward. And if you don't want to see horse trading this year, it's only one choice, and that is the PPM party.
Good point. I want to thank both of you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
wish
you
you
so
all the
much for your
best
time.
during the campaign and the results of the election as well. Mr. McTaggart, you staying with us. When we return from this commercial break, we're going to have Mr. Justin Ebanks in the studio along with Mr. Roy McTaggart. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Thank you.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. It's been an exciting morning so far, and more to come as well. Just want to, before we introduce our next guest, just want to give one plug here to let those persons who are interested. So, management has informed that if candidates actually want to purchase exclusive segments, they can, and that would not include commercials airing during that period of time. So putting that out there, and that's again, the person who commented earlier, about that, if it's paid for away, there are commercials. There is a feature, and there's a plan where you can purchase exclusive segments, commercial free as well. With that, again, Mr. Roy McTaggart has remained in the studio, and I'm going to have him introduce our next guest as well. Mr. McTaggart, over to you.
And thank you to OC. Gives me great pleasure to introduce our final candidate who is joining me this morning here at the station and on the show with you, Mr. Justin Ebanks. Justin, well known to us, and he is a candidate for Northside. I know he has contested the elections, for 3 times now, Justin?
This will be my third time.
This is your third effort. And we are delighted to have him aboard with us. And I'm going to turn it over to Justin. And Justin, initially just ask you if you would, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you, and tell the listeners a little bit about you and what's motivating you to run.
Okay, well, thank you for the introduction, Mr. O.C. Good morning, thank you.
Good morning, welcome.
Morning to Northside, the beautiful Cayman Islands. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for your curiosity. I think that's the most important thing, is that people are actually enthused about learning. So this process is just part of it. I'm running for the District of Northside. Like you said, I've ran before. And I think one of the things I want to start off with is explaining to people why I ran again this time and the difference. When I ran the first time, I was very young. I was 33 years old. And I ran without a committee. I ran without a team. I ran on my own. And I thought it was my job to solve everyone's problems, to be the solution, to prove to the district that I was smart enough and I had the dexterity and the strength to be able to represent them. And I was unsuccessful. I ran against the incumbent, and there was a four-way race. And I left that election, and I went and I decided to hone my skills, revisit what needed to be done to be successful, to represent the people of Northside. When I ran the second time, I ran as an independent. I ran without a committee. I ran without a campaign manager. I worked 9 to 5, and I had to come home from work, try to door-to-door, tend to my child, and that was not successful. So as you grow and learn, you have to be able to adapt. The first assessment I made was that when you run as an independent, if you're victorious, you will have to join and work with some formation in Parliament. I had to sit back and look at what would be the best option for this country, for myself, for the community to be able to grow. And that solution was PPM. They've been in power, or they've been in place since 2002. So they have a 22-year track record of being stable. They've transitioned power seamlessly 4 times, from Kurt Tibbetts to Sir Alden to Mr. Roy M to Joey Hugh. I have seen the maturity, the responsibility of that party. When that party took back their seats after the 2013 election, they managed to navigate some financial turbulence. They reduced the government debt by over 300 million. They were successful in 2 terms to run the country, reduce debt without increasing the borrowing. They got us through COVID-19. They got us through COVID-19 because they had a plan, they had a foundation, they were stable, they were structured, they had clear leadership, they had a vision. When you have that kind of stability, it brings calmness, it takes away the anxiety. The country had concerns, and they were able to meet those concerns, and they did it in good fashion. I wanted to be a part of something that had that kind of foundation. Speaking with the new leader, Mr. Joey Hugh, who, by the way, is like a big brother, father figure when it comes to politics. He's open to conversations, ideas. I can call him anytime. He is so passionate about bringing new, fresh energy to the districts, to the country, that we have this family-oriented feeling. It's something I can gravitate towards. Roy M., very knowledgeable, very senior. He's very docile and calm, so he doesn't get irritated, which is easy for some of us younger people that have so much energy.
Yeah. He doesn't see the irritation.
You're so good at hiding it. We have Sir Alden, who is still there as a senior figure. And the country has said comments like, the party is splitting up and breaking up. No, it's true succession planning. It's the true vision of you need to be able to adapt and let younger people come in and take over. And they're there behind the scenes to nurture and grow us. We're not going to be there without any guidance. And we still have some veteran members in there to help, help the government to hit the ground running after May 1st. I explained to my daughter, she said, "Dad, what's this thing about parties and different groupings?" I said, well, Jaden, let's look at it like going to the doctor. You walk into the doctor, you don't feel well, and the first person that greets you is a nurse. And you say to the nurse, "I don't feel well. I want to know if I'm going to be okay." The nurse says, "Well, I don't know. You'll have to talk to the doctor." So you have anxiety, you have stress, you're not feeling well and you're not sure what's going on. Then you get to the doctor, and the doctor says to you, "Well, this is not my professionalism. This is not my expertise. I'm a general practitioner. I can't tell you if you're going to be okay. You need to see a specialist." Within that time, you're anxious, you're frightened, you have to deal with the symptoms and the anxiety of what's going on. It's not until you sit with that specialist and that specialist says to you, "You're going to be okay. Everything is fine." That calmness comes over you, that anxiety disappears. You're now able to deal with the treatment so much easier because of the calmness, because of the assurity from that one person who knows what they're doing. I think that's how politics works. When you have that clear vision, that leadership that is unwavering, not rigid, not unchangeable, but fundamentally built on principles, the community can gravitate towards that. So I, for Northside and the Greater Cayman Islands, want to bring better quality of life for the people in this country. Spending money is not a skill. Dumping money on projects that don't have outlays and goals and structure and continuity is not going to spell success. We have seen the transition of this country over the years. I mean, you go to the earlier years, you almost couldn't get it wrong in politics. Development was coming on board. There was something being built. There was businesses being established. You heard success stories where people started off as a messenger, ended up being a manager because they had opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
They had the ability to prove themselves, and you saw so much growth so fast. I think the country has grown too fast. You have seen one generation that went from lighting kerosene lanterns to having to learn how to use the internet. That's a big adaptation period. That's a transition in life that takes so much support and structure to make sure you can actually transition. You go beyond that. Our forefathers went to sea. They didn't get schooling and lessons here on how to be a seaman, a boatswain, a captain, an engineer, chief mate. They went to sea. They were given opportunity. And they went to sea and they knocked it out of the park. The Cayman sailors were renowned as number 2 in the world next to the Norwegians when it comes to seamen. They sent money home to build families here. My grandmother took care of the home here. My grandfather went to sea. He brought those skills back. The seamen brought their skills back and they became entrepreneurs. They were able to come back and apply their trades here in Cayman. The key message was opportunity. What we now have to work on is an adapting, changing world. It's not what it used to be. The old brand of politics is not going to be successful. I mean, you have politicians that believe in paving roads. They would probably pave rooftops if they could, because they don't know what else to do. This is not the 1950s. Paved roads is not going to help create economic development in the community. It's not going to help drive entrepreneurship. It's not going to help build the youth so they're able to adapt and compete in today's world. And the last but not least, we are not building solutions for the aging population that is coming on board. I just read the Auditor General's report. She had major concerns for, overspending, not having proper budgets in place, not doing things on a practical level, but the aging population of over 65 is anticipated to grow over 30-something% in the coming years. Every election we hear people talk about pension, health, jobs, immigration, roads, traffic. It becomes a political comedy at some point. Why I say that? The only way to see true progress, to see true resolution, is to have a team of people who are able to work together with stability. If you take a bunch of random people and stick them in a room and expect them to work without having the essential skill sets, you're not going to get success. What you're going to get is one person trying to do all the national issues and a bunch of people just trying to get reelected by spending money in their communities so they can someone can see something and say, okay, well, something got done. You're not improving the quality of life of the people of this country. This country has too much wealth. It is too small to get it wrong. And I keep telling people, we have to stop. We're too small to think small. We have to start thinking granular. If I represent Northside, I have to represent Northside and the country. I have to find a way to bridge the two, because a lot of the programs that are needed...
But it's only Northside that can get you elected.
Right. So to explain to Northside what I have planned for them is a proper conduit. They need to be a part of the process. They need to be included in everything that happens in that district. A proper district council is a conduit where people can sit and meet with the politician, the MP. I can't dictate what's best for the district, because the people in that district have to have a say. And I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm not God's gift to politics. I'm going to need the people of Northside to help guide me and work with me. My goal is to take the best out of the people of Northside and utilize them, let them grow, take their skill set so they're part of the solution. I've been canvassing, going door to door, and it's unbelievable amount of ideas and solutions that come out of people's homes. We have some brilliant minds in the district. They just need a conduit. They need a focal point. Woodrow Wilson said that the ear of the leader must ring with the voice of the people. I am here to be your voice, to be a champion. I want to help people be able to utilize their skills and give back to the community. Volunteerism is something that is falling away. People are volunteering less. We now have to have more funding to put programs and policies in place to get things done. We can't keep relying on people to volunteer. That is something that is weaned off due to people having longer work hours, more jobs working, past 9 to 5. Then you have traffic issues. We need to pay people to have content, a syllabus, to have things in place that they can provide so much more for the elderly and the kids. But again, for me to be successful in Northside, I would have to have support in Parliament. This is why I'm trying to convey this message. If someone utilizes their current ministry, then that's a plus. What happens when that ministry changes? What happens if your position changes? That's uncertainty. I want to bring some structure and continuity. I want to bring something to the north side. It brings that calmness, reduce the anxiety, a plan, a vision, and that has to incorporate the people. This job, I don't want to be a leader. I want to be a representative. That means my job is to work with the people to provide what is best for them.
Okay, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we return, hopefully, we will hear from you in terms of your specific plans then for North Side as well, Mr. Ebanks. Folks, don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, we have Mr. Roy McTaggart, who is the People's Progressive Movement incumbent candidate in the constituency of Georgetown East. And also in the studio with us, we have Mr. Justin Ebanks, who is the Progressive People's Movement candidate in, I can say the district, and I can say the constituency of North Side, as well. One and the same there, as opposed to other districts. So before we throw the mic back over to both gentlemen, actually I have two responses to the comment that, or the question that one listener posed about your not having a constituency meeting. This person says, to be fair to the Honorable Roy McTaggart, I cannot recall any constituency throughout Cayman that held a constituency meeting in the last 4 years or any previous years, in fact, unless for a specific issue. And this person also wrote and said, and he has been available in his office for all from around the island as well. I don't know if you want to comment on that, Mr. McTaggart.
I did want to, because I said I hadn't had a community meeting. I did hold one, and it was one that I joined up with Sorrel in Red Bay.
Mm-hmm.
We had a community meeting for Georgetown East and Red Bay for residents in the area, Grand Harbor area. It was 2 summers ago. I think it would have been 2023, in relation to the issues with the roundabout, and where the NRA were about to close off the ability of cars to come out of Grand Harbor and go around the roundabout. They wanted to route them up to the next round.
Mm-hmm.
So that's this issue specific issue that we were, talking about. So I wanted to correct that. I was incorrect when I said I never had anything, but that meeting I know was very well attended, and one I think we were able to get the NRA at the time to back down from what their plans were. So,
So Mr. Ebanks, many, including myself, regard East End and North Side as the two districts that we can still look at and say that they both still maintain many of the traditional aspects of our districts. We see it changing slightly, changing in terms of because of some of the amenities that are there, especially on the weekend and the traffic and everything else. So the district does have its challenges. We have heard Mr. McTaggart talk about a manifesto as opposed to a manifesto, and can you talk specifically in terms of some of the things that you've mentioned what some of the things that you see wrong and your approach?
I'm glad to speak on that. Thank you, OC. Well, first let me start on what you just mentioned to the listening audience. Yes, Northside and East End are the two furthest districts from the capital. But let's please make note that they're the two last large land masses in this country. Development is saturated throughout Georgetown, West Bay, and the Savannah area. Where do you think development is going to swing? This is why it is so crucial and important this election to get things right. We need to have proper district development planning. We need to have a system to which we can outlay what we want to give up, what we want to preserve, and where we want to be. How can we be successful if we don't have a plan? How can we be successful if we don't incorporate and include the people of those districts to have a say on what they would like to have done in their district? I plan to remedy this by doing two things. Firstly, proper district council. We have heard over and over and over this election period the need for district councils. Other districts are chomping at the bit to get elected to start a district council. Northside had one. We had a district council, but guess what? It was disbanded recently. How can an MP be successful if you're going to cancel the method in which people have access to you? I plan to bring back the district council, structure it differently. I think the district, even though it is small, each part of the district has unique needs. Frank Sound, Old Man Bay, Northside, Round Point. They're all within Northside, but they all have unique needs. The district council needs to be segmented that each part of those district sections can collaborate collectively with the MP. I plan to roll regular meetings within the constituencies so that we have a clear plan of what's going to happen. I can get the feedback on people, explain to people what you're going to spend and what you're going to spend it on. Let the people say, yes, you can spend millions of dollars on this, or no, we have more important things that need to be addressed. What we have is a system where people are able to just spend and do because they have the power, and we have to just sit back and wait and see what happens or what's done. We still don't know what's been spent. That is not proper representation. That is not proper spending. If the district is going to be developed, we need to make sure there's proper economic growth in the district. We also need to make sure the people of that district have a chance to compete and gain something from it. We need to have regular meetings where you can outlay to the district. Here's what's coming in the pipeline. There's development opportunities. Please be able to go out and get your business licenses in place, get your liability insurances in place, so you're able to compete and bid. We have seen in the past that development has happened in Northside, but the people of Northside weren't a part of the development. They didn't get to build or contribute to any of the expansions in the district. That is not success if your people aren't a part of the economic growth. So bringing a district council to the district is one solution. It gives the people a say in their own country and their own lives. Also a development plan. We need to know what we're going to give up, what we're going to do. And just to explain really quickly for those that are listening, we might say as a district, we don't want a 5-story building. So the limitation is 3 stories. We might say we don't want to see anything granular built within the infrastructure on the agriculture side. Leave agriculture land for farming. But if you don't have a plan, what we're going to do is we're going to get it wrong. We have seen in Cayman where, due to lack of foresight from previous administrations, that you have lack of parking. You have development that shouldn't have been put where it was because it affected other things around it. You have to have a plan. You have to have cohesion. The district needs to have that focal point, which is an MP, but they have to have the ability to speak up and have a say. So what I want to bring to Northside is more programs and policies, things that you can build on, you can gravitate to, you can either design or you can either help develop. But what we don't have is that clear vision, that clear plan. There's just too much random chaos right now. Just things are just happening that don't seem to have a final product. So with the district, I want to put more structures in place for committees so we can have people advocate for the elderly. Definitely there needs to be more programs for the youth. When I was a kid, I was running from one sport to the next. We had after school programs, we had junior achievement, we had young entrepreneurship programs. That translated into success. But what we don't have in Northside specifically is sports programs. We don't have education programs. We don't have anything there for the kids to be able to hone themselves to become young men and women, to learn and be able to adapt. We have recently identified that AI is something that's going to come into effect in the business world, artificial intelligence. That is going to replace a lot of white-collar jobs because of its efficiency, which means it's going to pave the way for more blue-collar jobs, more service industry jobs. We have to start letting our young people know what is necessary for success, put programs in place to teach them entrepreneurship, to help them be able to adapt and pivot. And secondly to that, with a top-down, bottom-up strategy, there are people in their mid-ages that want to change jobs. They want to be able to pivot and try a new industry because they've either been underpaid or there's no room left for growth. Mm-hmm. Where's the programs? How can you take people and adapt them and transition them if you don't have programs? Simple after-school programs. You can use the Clifton Hunter High School. You can have stuff done in classrooms there after hours, teaching new jobs, basic skill sets that people can transfer from one job to the next. When COVID hit, we saw the need to be able to pivot and be adaptive. That comes from having planning and foresight. I will have to use the skills that I've learned over the last 20 years as a business professional, from accounting to marketing to sales to operations. I've had to prove myself in the private sector from the time I was 24 years old. There was little margin for error because the private sector is less forgiving than the public sector. We're now facing a situation in the country where the margins of error are no longer, they're just too small. Yeah. And we don't have time to get it wrong. We're teetering on failure, and we have to be able to grasp it. The people of Northside, the question, are you any better off now than you were 4 years ago? People still struggle to pay bills, secure food with groceries. They're not seeing opportunities for their kids, for themselves, to be able to make more money. We need to reduce the cost of living. Reducing the cost of living avoids you having to increase salaries. You increase salaries, the compensation comes with it. We need to blend it. You need to make sure people are adequately paid, because what we're seeing specifically, I can tell you from Northside, people are surviving in their districts. They're not living. It is unacceptable that people are now settling for mediocrity. They're home dejected. They feel disenfranchised. They're watching people come off the plane, come to this country, and live a better quality life in their own backyard. No, can't work.
Okay, before we go to the commercial break, one of our listeners has said, written and said, I would like to congratulate Justin on stepping up to carry on Edna Moyle's legacy as a member of the PPM and Ezard's integrity. Ezard's integrity as a North Side representative. Person says, I really don't have a problem with you calling my name because I'm a founding member of the party, and that's coming from Mr. Joey Ebanks as well. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. Last commercial break before 10 o'clock. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
The nation listens. The candidates speak. Subway presents the General Election Debates, live in studio on Radio Cayman 89.9 FM and 93.9 in the Sister Islands, starting March 10th, every Monday and select Wednesdays from 7 to 10 p.m. 2 sessions. One powerful discussion. With Election Day fast approaching, hear what the candidates have to say on the cost of living, housing and development, economic growth, sustainability, education, transport, tourism, immigration, and more. Who has the vision? Who has the plan? Hear it all unfold live, unfiltered, and on the voice of the Cayman Islands. Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM and 93.9, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Visit Radio Cayman's social media pages for debate details. Brought to you in part by Cayman Enterprise City.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're on the last leg of the show this morning with Mr. Roy McTaggart and Mr. Justin Ebanks, the candidate, PPM's candidate in the District of Northside. Before I throw the mic back over to them, previous comments on Facebook, a live chat. I don't normally monitor it, unfortunately. So we had one, go PPM, and then another one, address Mrs. Perlina McGaugh-Lumsden. Good job, Perlina and Craig. Perlina McGaugh-Lumsden deserves a chance this time, guys. So give her your vote as well. And I'm sure that we'll have some coming in, in relation to Mr. Justin. We have one there. Go, Justin. It says, I won't call the names of the posters, even though it's public, but I won't call the names, of those persons who have posted it as well. So, gentlemen, we have about 12 minutes before the show is over. Throw the mic back over to you, and during the course of your conversation, if you could incorporate your closing comments into that as well, gentlemen.
Leave me 5 minutes at here.
Okay. So what I started off with was what I did the first time I ran. I'd like to go back and touch on what's going to be different this time. This time, I don't have work in the way. I've stepped away from a steady salary. I've resigned to make sure that Northside is now my focal point. So Northsiders, I have now taken the step. I've walked away from employment to make sure that I can be involved for the next 8 weeks, so I can hear your concerns, speak with you, and be able to develop the rapport needed to be successful in the district. I think humility is one of the key attributes that a candidate should have, must have, because again, like I said, I'm not God's gift to politics. I'm not the smartest person in Northside. I am just somebody who's willing to step forward and work towards the betterment of the people. I think I have thick enough skin that I can take criticism. I've hardened my shoulders over the years. So there's an old saying that he who knows it feels it, who feels it knows it. I've been through my own tribulations trying to be an entrepreneur. I know the struggles of being a father, a provider, a business owner. I know the struggles. I know the backlash of politics. People are so afraid to be involved and be vocal on what side the fence they're on. Ladies and gentlemen, to this whole country, I want to say something going forward. We're all in this together. The divide, the mongering, the fighting, the negative articulations. Every candidate out there is putting themselves forward in some capacity. They have to make sacrifices. If the voting populace knew what some of us went through just to be here, to be able to provide and help you, you would have less aggression. I have never said anything negative. I've never said I want to do anything but help, grow, and nurture people. But I need you all to also believe in that. Trust is a big part of politics. So the candidate's job for the next 8 weeks is to give the rationale as to why you should vote for them, to gain your trust. But you intimately have to look. Cayman is small enough. We all know who works where, who's family to who. Do your research. Look at how the individual lives their private life, because that's going to translate into how they run their political life. Look at what they have to offer. Look at their skill sets, their backgrounds. But in doing so, do it with also having some humility, and stop the attacking, stop the fighting. The fractions will not help us be successful. And I think that the most important thing for this process is that you have to understand the consequences of your decision. For Northside specifically, it is now a 2-horse race. There's 2 of us in this. You now have, on April 30th, to make the decision who's going to be able to plan for you, guide, protect, and also work with you. I plan to represent Northside with honesty, integrity, humility, solutions, morals and ethics, but most importantly, trust. I want people to be able to come and work with me, be able to criticize me, and know there's not going to be any recourse. I don't think one MP should have one family run the district or one individual run the district. I'm trying to create means and ways that things can get done without having to run to the MP. Because I think it's essential that when you do things right and have the right avenues, things get done so much faster. You shouldn't have to wait for one person to have the definitive answer on your livelihood or your life. That creates too much favoritism. And we've seen where that has also eroded the ability for people to work together. So, I want to let people know I'm here to do things differently. I'm here to give everyone a fair chance to have a say, but we have to work together. The old saying in the bundle of sticks, united we stand and individually we fall. And times are not favoring us anymore. The world is moving on. People are coming here because they see opportunity here, and we have to make sure the opportunity is also for our people. So with God's help and wisdom, support of family and friends, support of the PPM, Joey Hugh is, again, he is so enthused, and he has spent so much time working with each candidate to make sure that it's not a dictatorship. The manifesto was sat and worked on by every single part and member of the PPM. Every district will be represented by a collective group, and I want to emphasize that, a collective group, not random individuals, not part and pieces of a government. Every single PPM member is going to represent Northside. Every district in Cayman is going to be represented by each and every member. And one of the things I wanted to wrap up before I give Mr. Roy M. the mic, as a government, and I've heard the door-to-door that people say, well, I don't see the MP for 4 years. They want to come for my vote. But ladies and gentlemen, this time we're going to make changes to that. I've done the corrections to make sure I am now more available. And what I was talking to the PPM about is that every quarter, every so often, we do collective group meetings in each constituency so that people can have the ability to reach each minister in respective posts, to be able to say that they're happy or dissatisfied with things that are going on. So collectively, there's a group mentality on how to make sure that each district is being adhered to properly. In the past, you've seen where one ministry gets the ability to do as they please, other ministries, other districts fall apart because the focus is on one side of the country. It needs to be equity and equality for all, and that is part of what I want to build my pillars on, is equality, stability, integrity, honesty, and trust.
Okay. Thank you very much, and good luck.
And thank you too, Justin, for that. And I think we have about 5 minutes to go.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just going to wrap up, OC, and I really just want to go ahead and wrap up with a big plug for our conference tomorrow evening at the Westin Hotel. Just remind the public that it starts at 5:30 with registration. At 6:30, we have the business meeting of the People's Progressive Movement. And at 7:30, after the business is completed, then we will have a dinner at which the public is invited. So I would encourage them to call the office or send an email to info@ppm.ky and register to come. I would encourage them come out and see what a peaceful transition of power looks like. See what cohesiveness looks like. See what unity looks like. See what everything looks like for all that the People's Progressive Movement stands for. I think they will be pleased with what they see. I think that they will be pleased with our candidates, and they'll have an opportunity to meet every single one and to talk with them and engage tomorrow evening. So we want to make sure that everyone does come forward and join us. Let's have a good evening together. I think it's going to be a wonderful time together.
And I think earlier you mentioned about the dinner that would take place first, but there were limited tickets left for that. You want to reemphasize all of that?
Yeah, well, we are limited as to the numbers that we can have at the dinner. I don't have numbers with me, but I just want to make sure that people understand that and that the importance of registering, so that they won't be disappointed. It is totally free, and so they don't have to worry about, well, I can't come and afford to eat at the Kimpton. So.
Justin, if I can come back to you, because I don't want people to accuse me of only reading certain things and not the others. And this person was questioning, where have you been in the last 4 years? And they point out that the current representative, when he lost, that he contributed and continued to work within the district. I know you have explained earlier, the commitments that you've had, but I want to give you an opportunity to respond to that as well.
So glad that question came up. So for the last 4 years, I want to explain to people, some of us, the day after election, have to go back to work. Some companies tell you you're not allowed to be politically inclined in the capacity of your job. But for the last 4 years, I have stuck with the district. I've helped people. Whenever somebody comes to me for help, I help them. What I don't do is broadcast what I do for people. So intimately for the last 4 years, I've worked with the PPM. I have helped people in the district in the capacity of what I can do. I am no philanthropist. I'm not a millionaire that's able to just quit a job and run around being everyone's best friend. But what I did was I also went home and I sat and learned how to also represent the district better going forward. Now, if the current MP didn't have a 9-to-5 job, he would have more time in the district to be visible, whereas I had managerial roles that held me accountable from 9 to 5. But what I did do was, at any chance I had, I was able to involve myself in the community with the people. So to answer your question, if I was able to do things in the district for the last 4 years or going forward without being elected, I would. But to do this job right, you have to have the position, the support, and also you have to have the opportunity. So again, to answer that question is, I've been there in the capacity of what I could be, and I couldn't be there any more than I can because of, employment and other factors. And, listen to me, Northside. I'm here to support you, help you grow and develop you. You have to have faith in me, and I have to have faith in you. So with the trust of with the people of Northside, this election, I should have a chance to prove myself and show you what good representation does with a proper team behind you and with good solutions and programs. Maybe you can actually make it a lot better and improve the quality of life for us all.
Okay, Mr. Ebanks, again, I want to wish you all the best. You certainly are quite articulate in terms of your presentation, and you can see the genuineness, coming out, in terms of, what you say, the emotions you put, behind it as well. Mr. McTaggart.
Just to thank you, as always, Lucy, for hosting us and allowing us to come in. I was a bit I wouldn't say nervous, but yeah, I would say I was a little bit nervous because I didn't know how this would go this morning. First time doing it, and having a multitude of my colleagues here with me as well. But I think it has worked out very well for us. And people have now heard from at least 4 more of our candidates. Just want to end though by just reminding people who we have running in the elections at this time. We are being led by Joey Hugh, and tomorrow evening he will take over the mantle as leader of the political leader of the Progressives. Sir Alden will remain as chairman of the party. And then you have myself, Roy McTaggart, in Georgetown East, Roy Tatum in Red Bay, Craig Frederick in Georgetown South, Crystal Gomez-Wilson in Prospect, Donna Bush in Savannah, Dwayne John Seymour in Bogtown East, Alva Saku in Newlands, Kenneth Bryan in Georgetown Central. We've got Justin in Northside, and then Perlina in Georgetown West.
Okay, any more to come?
Working on it. Stay tuned.
Okay,
let's see what happens.
I want to thank you all. Don't forget, join Sterling Dwayne Ebanks at 12:15 for Talk Today. Someone else may be hosting for him. We'll keep that as a surprise. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these 3 beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
Amen.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury.
And JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient.
Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama.
And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And the Cayman Islands National Museum. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture.
Covering Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Bride. Cover me.